It came very fast. And we are live. Yes. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are. My name is McKenna. I was born, raised in Kenya, but I live in the US with my family. And today I'm so privileged to have this boss lady, Nancy, with us. So, welcome here, Nancy. And today we have a very amazing topic. We always try to bring real topics and real discussion. So, please feel much welcome here. And again, we always say this is a business that we cannot be quiet about. We have to keep telling you, we have to keep reminding you, because all what we do here is affiliate marketing, and there's no other way. Though we always tell people you don't have to do what we do, but still the main our way of growing our business is through what we are doing. So feel free, welcome. In case you have any question, please let us know. So before I introduce the topic, I want to welcome Nancy to say hi to us.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nancy Dunda. I am a master's prepared nurse and also a global digital business mentor. Thank you for joining us and welcome.
All right, so I'm trying to see if I can connect my page. All right, I see it. Okay. All right, so today as I have said, we have a very amazing topic to talk about. I always know and I believe that every season belongs to God. There's no way you can say, hey, this is my time. Oh, I know when. Sometimes you don't know when. So we try to work with the time of God as much as possible. So today, our topic is. Or we're just encouraging you to stop waiting for that perfect time. You say, hey, maybe I have to know every detail. I remember before we started there, we were talking about people just enrolling and saying, oh, tell me more, until like time is gone, it's gone. And most of the time, you just keep on waiting for that perfect time. And I want to say there's no perfect time. There's no perfect time. So I don't know whether this has really caught you, sir. Yourself, or maybe you found yourself saying, I'll start next month. I am a pastor, and most of the time, God gives me a lot of ideas for the things that I need to do for the church or for different groups. And most of the time, I'll have an idea, and I'll keep on saying, oh, probably I'll do that in 2 weeks. And most of the time, I've realized what I say the next month, next week, it never comes. So what I've learned is just to talk to somebody who can push me, somebody who can tell me, hey, what about that idea you talked about? So yeah, because most of the time you just waste a lot of time waiting for the time to settle down. That wait sometimes it can be so long. And other times in this business, most of the people say, "Oh, I have no money." Yeah, I'll begin this business when I feel confident. Yeah, the truth is many dreams don't fail because people lack talent. Yeah, or maybe you're just there feeling stuck, not able to move because you have no talent or you have no potential. You have it, but the challenge you have is you keep on waiting for that moment. I always tell people with our business, somebody might feel like you have no money, but have you shared that? Have you talked with somebody? Because there's always a way of helping you to start your own business if you're ready. The reality is that there is never a perfect time to start. Life is always will always have challenges, responsibilities, and the reasons to delay. Yeah, those who make progress aren't the ones with perfect circumstances. That now I have my 149 there just waiting to pay. No, yeah, sometimes you really have to make progress. You just need um to decide. The issue is deciding. So, today's conversation, I want to say that I have this amazing guest here, and we just want to say that, yeah, we just want to help you to realize how much you have, the potential that you have, that you don't need to wait any longer. You don't need to have to wait for August so that you can start. You can start now. And for me, I know the power of now. So, both lady here, Nancy, will help us to explore more about this topic. So, welcome and just take it, take it, take it.
Thank you very much, Coach McKenna. I really appreciate this topic in particular because we know, even us, we have been victims of this. I I believe I've told you the story that watched this for over about a year and a half. Like I was watching, yeah, I was watching somebody without starting. And every time now that I've been in the business and I know what is in the business, I have had regrets and I had to even pray about it. Like, you know what, I need to stop living in the past. What if I had started then? Because I kept watching and I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
But why are they advertising? Then I would go away and come back again. But I would always have a question. But now that I'm in the business, my biggest thing that I don't want to call it a regret because I've tried to push past that is that I'm where God wanted me to be. Had he wanted me to start at the time when I keep on thinking back to is because, God would have done what he needed to do for me to start, but also he
Yeah.
would have pushed me to start. But also, when you sit in regret of what ifs, you rob yourself of enjoying this particular moment. And that is why I have started refusing every time I feel that regret pulling me when I see when I have people join the business and we sell products and now I get a commission. I always go back to what if I had started, and I realize that is robbing me of enjoying that particular moment. So what I
Mm-hmm.
would say to anybody who is out there, you know sometimes people wait to become experts. When you say, oh, I don't think I'm good at this, let me sharpen this skill and this skill. We have training in this business. And also, what we all need to remember is that even all those people we call experts today were one day learners. They were taking their first step. And
Mm-hmm.
also, progress doesn't come from a perfect time, or this is the perfect situation, or these are the perfect condition. Now, progress comes from consistent action. When you have consistent action, no matter how small it is, you just take your step. And once you take that step, something will trigger you to do the next action. And those consistent steps are what create progress, not perfect timing. Because even if I was to have gone back to thinking of perfect timing, I would never have started. By now, I would still be procrastinating and looking for another reason. The other thing that I liked that Coach McKenna, you mentioned, was the fact that people have not asked. People don't have money, but they don't ask about it. There's one thing I believe in, and I strongly always champion this. I always say your breakthrough is one conversation away because a closed mouth is a closed destiny. You haven't, if you do not have the money, have you had that conversation with somebody like, okay, if I pay the 149, what happens then? If I need to start, because I want to start the business immediately, what happens then? We have options. We have financing options that people can speak to, or you can be walked into, and that can provide you what you need if you qualify. So this is the other thing. When you fail to have a conversation with whoever you're seeing, whether it's me or Coach McKenna, and ask her, say, Nancy or Coach McKenna, I'm stuck here. What happens if I'm not able to take the other steps? Then we'll guide you. So right now, what happens is your failure to take action or call us is what is blocking your breakthrough, because we might hold the key to your breakthrough. That one step that you feel you don't have. And thank you very much, Coach McKenna, for mentioning that. Money is a big commodity and it is an important factor. That one thing you as a viewer feel you don't have, we could have resources for you. This company, which has been, the companies we work with have been in existence for 50 plus years. And also we have another company that, the team of 280,000 people that help support you. I don't think somebody gets to get such a big team when they haven't dotted their I's and crossed their T's. So that one thing that you think could be the hindrance has already been considered by those who started this business. So we might have your answers, but your failure to contact us or your being nervous is what stops you from progressing. So you could be holding your breakthrough back by not communicating. So again, my word is usually your breakthrough is one conversation away. Have the conversation. Call Coach McKenna. You can call me, and then we could have that conversation. Also, another point I wanted to bring in is, when you start small, the small actions you take today will bring you big results tomorrow. So you don't look for I want to start this in this way, set up what you want to set up, or have this big elaborate plan. No, the small steps, like just taking taking the minute to go watch the free webinar. You go to Coach McKenna's website or go to my website, watch the free 20-minute webinar. That is free. Then that will help you start getting the foundation of, do I want to do this business or is it not for me? So there are small foundational steps which are free, do not involve money. So there are 2 steps that you can take right now without any money, even without the 149. Number one, getting into either of our websites to listen to the information and calling Coach McKenna or myself to ask, okay, I watched this 20-minute free webinar. What have it said this and this and this? Could you clarify? Those are 2 free steps that you're holding off saying, oh, maybe I don't have the 149. You could start by investigating and checking this business out to see, is it for me or is it not for me? So the other thing that also scares people is making mistakes. And this brings me back to 2 things. Number one, I always say, and I stand by this, and for me, it motivates me. When I think back, when there's a big project that I'm tasked with that I want to do, I always think back to when we were children, we didn't know how to write our names and we learned it. You're able to write your name, Nancy. You're able to write Coach McKenna now because you learned. So if you are able to learn that, what stops you from learning? You're the one stopping yourself. Nobody else is stopping you. You're the one who is stopping yourself. The other thing is, when we believe, because these are the 2 parts that are combined in the same point, is the other thing is that making mistakes. We are scared of making mistakes. But what we need to know is that mistakes are part of growth. When you make mistakes, that's how you know how to tweak the situation. I would come to Coach McKenna and say, hey, Coach McKenna, I did A, B, C, D, and this didn't work. Or this was wrong. Coach McKenna can correct me, tell me, oh, hey, Nancy, you need to have done this and this and this. But that is why you always know, walk with faith, not fear. Because when we are working with fear, we'll always hold back. So your fear of making mistakes should not hinder you from taking steps that could be beneficial for your future. And fear of making mistakes is usually a big hindrance. So that is my second point, where it's a 2-parter on the same point. Number one, we all learned how to write our names while we did not know. And the second part is mistakes are part of growth and they're part of the process. So be willing to make mistakes. Back to you, Coach McKenna.
Okay, wow, thank you. I better give you some. Yeah, thank you so much. That was really good. I really like the points that you brought up, and I wish somebody is just here. I can see people are watching, or maybe others will watch later. But one thing that I've realized, maybe to add on what you've talked about, is how much most of the time we feed ourselves. We feed ourselves not with other people's things, but maybe ourselves. And we say, oh, this is who I am. I remember when I was starting, I was like, oh my goodness, have I even ever trying to do something online? Oh, this is not for me. This is for so and so. Most of the time, when you categorize yourself and you start putting yourself in a certain box, maybe
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we even lock ourselves in there and we're like, oh no, that is for me. Even if God is just pushing you to do something, you find yourself, you're just holding yourself back. And because perfect timing comes up with a lot of things. Maybe you're holding yourself back, you're thinking you're not enough. Probably you started something before and you failed, and you're like, oh, that is not for me. I gave up. Shouldn't give up. I always say emotion, a move is very important in your life. No matter the situation, don't allow yourself to stay there where you're feeling like, oh, I am so uncomfortable, but I have to stay. Oh, I'm struggling financially, but I have to stay. Oh, this is not for me. This is not what I was meant to be. Oh, this is a digital business. I don't even have a computer. I don't know how to operate it. I always tell people, are you willing? When you find yourself going through that struggle in your life, make a move and you realize things will just change. So don't stay there and just wait for things to happen. They will never. Don't just stay there and say, hey, I'm praying about it. I'm thinking it will never happen. You have to take a move. I remember
That's
before I started the business, I was really praying and telling God, I just need a financial breakthrough. Oh, blah, 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 blah. You say Africans here, we can pray for everything. Yeah. And God came clear and said, Makena, there's no miracle. If you have no plan for your future, there's no miracle about it. There's no way God will come and put that money in my bank account. No. I have to do something. And as the Bible says, God will bless the work of your hands. God will bless and nourish whatever you're doing. So don't stay there and start thinking that, oh, there will be a miracle for one or two or three things. No, it's up to
well.
do. Yeah, yeah. All right, say something.
No, I was going to say I was I was smiling because you put on your pastor's hat when you talked about our action. Yes, God has his part, but when you say that, you reminded me of my pastor who does say, yes, there's God's part, but there's your part too, because we
Mm-hmm.
cannot be expecting God to do his part and our part too. We also have a part to play in anything that we do, just like the same thing. You go do an interview, you get hired for a job if that is what you're looking for. When you go there, before you go for the interview, you have to prepare, right? So
Yes.
there's always a step for you. And the point you just gave kind of tied in very well with what I was thinking. Because again, remember, your future is shaped by what you do today,
Yes.
not by the plan you have. You know, the way we say there's that plan, that there's that shamba, or there's that thing that I want to buy, or that business that I will open. That is not what shapes your future. Your future is shaped by the actions we take today. And we can only build momentum when we take the steps, you know. So I always will look back and always think back when I look at many things that I started scared. When I see the final product, I say, oh, was this the same thing that was causing me sleepless nights? It's amazing that the same thing that you can have fear for, or the same thing that you could be holding back of, you're not taking the step back. Okay, what do we do? Because as you said, somebody could say, I'm not tech savvy. I don't even know what digital is all about. How will I start to run a successful business? And because we have a detailed learning system, again, comes back to what Coach McKenna, you had brought up about the conversations being had, and also the fact that if you ask us, we'll be able to let you know there's step-by-step training. I almost want to call it hand-holding because it's a step-by-step. You do this step, then you're taken to the next step. You do that step, then you're taken to the next step. This particular business is very beginner-friendly. I have no, and actually this is something else, and I know Coach McKenna, you know this. I had no business anything when I got into this business. I have been in the medical field all my career. I have been in healthcare, and healthcare is where what I know. So when you come in and say, where do I start? I'm here. I've been doing it, and the business is working for me. So if I had never run a business before, and I came in and did this and it worked, why can't you? Because they give us step-by-step training where you finish one step, they take you to the next step. You finish this step, you build this. You finish this, they take you to the next thing. So with the step-by-step hand-holding training, you do not have an excuse. And if there's something you feel that you struggle with, if you contact either one of us, either me or Coach McKenna, we could tell you that, hey, if that is your fear, like many people say, the consistent thing that I hear many people tell me is, I'm not a social media person. You're looking at me. This has not been my forte. And Coach McKenna can tell you, I had shared with her how nervous I had been for a long while getting in front of the camera. And this is stories we share behind the scenes when we're talking. She knows that of me, that I was very nervous about jumping in and even talking. But right now I do it. Why? Because it's practice. And again, as I told you, the other part of this business is the support system. Coach McKenna and I are both in the US, different time zones, but you can see we're here supporting each other's business by coming together on live. We also have the other live where we have people who are joining us from Germany. We have business partners in the UK who we support each other. Actually, one of the other person that joins us here, her name is Banner, Coach Banner, is in the UK, we're in the US, but we support each other. This is how beautiful this business is. You get support from around the world. When you look into this business, I'll tell you, you will never regret it because it's free. Again, it's a free step where you go check it out, just see what is it about, then make your decision from there. And when before you turn away and walk away, have the conversation. Hey, I watched this, but I wasn't sure about 1, 2, 3. Because if you're waiting for the perfect timing, remember, we just said Happy New Year the other day. We are already past half the year. December will be here soon. We'll be saying Happy New Year again in a few months. So isn't it worth you taking a second look to say, okay, if I don't go for the business, at least I did one step in looking into the business. So the goal is on your post. The last thing I will say is we need to stop waiting for the perfect time and start where we are. What we have is all it takes for us to take the first step. So we don't have to wait for the perfect time. We start where we are and we go. Back to you, McKenna.
Okay, wow. Thank you so much. That was great. Just want to appreciate you for that. And I would say that, yes, this is just an amazing business. Amazing. Until you get in, that is the time you get it. Once you're out there, you just think that, oh, this is just an ordinary online business. What are these women talking about every day? Yeah, we are busy on our pages. But I want to tell you that most of the time, God comes through, lives in a very unique ways. So if you're out there, you've just been holding yourself back, I want to tell you this is a great chance. Or what you need is just to reach out. And we always say, we give you a chance. Our websites are here. You just register. Watch that webinar, and then from there the rest will follow. But I always say, if you're dreaming about it, go for it. Don't hold yourself back, otherwise we'll be able to see you again next week. God bless you, unless you have something else to say.
No.
Good.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.